Okay, so question 13, let us now focus on the number 2. Okay, LCM shows that it has a power of 3. That implies that one of the two numbers, either A or B, will have factor 2 power 3. It cannot be both, because if both of them have 2 power 3, then the HCF will show 2 power 3 instead of 2 power 2. Okay, so at most only one of them will have 2 power 3. Let us just randomly give it to A. Okay, so right now, my 2's are settled. This will give me HCF of 2 squared, LCM of 2 power 3. Okay, for factor 2 only. Let's move on now to factor 3. So earlier we said that the HCF only has 1, 3. So minimally A and B must have 1, 3. Now looking at the LCM, LCM only has power 1 for 3, which means that the highest power is also just 1. Okay, nothing to do over there. Now we move on to the last number, which is the last factor, which is 7. They cannot both have 7. Otherwise, you'll be shown in the HCF. And most only one of them can have a 7. So let me just randomly assign it to somebody. Let me put it over here. And let's see what happens. Okay. Right now, it will satisfy the requirement for 7, but let's just see what the numbers are. So this will give me 168, right? And then the number at the bottom will give me 12. However, question also stated, except 12 and 168. They don't want it to be 12 and 168. How? Instead of giving the 7 to A, how about we give it to B? Times 7 over here. Now this will still satisfy the requirement for the HCF and the LCM. And now what are the two values? So we've got 8 times 3, which is 24, and the other number is 84. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, it doesn't matter whether A is 24 or B is 24. As long as one number is 24, the other number is 84, you meet the requirements. Anybody needs time for this? Needs more time? If you need, raise up a non-writing hand, otherwise I'll move on. Okay, copy fast. Then we move on to the last homework question on your notes. Okay, this is the one. I see. Yeah, okay. So you should notice that the answer was accidentally printed for you, right? Right. Okay. Yeah. So as shown over here, but let me go through it. So if we do it ourselves, 20 will be 2 squared times 5, whereas 75 will be 3 times 5 squared. And then they are looking for the smallest integer m, for which 20m. So this over here, like I mentioned yesterday, this is simply multiple of 20. At the same time, it is also a multiple of 75. We are looking for common multiple of 20 and 75. In fact, we're looking for the smallest. Therefore, my work over here, I'm looking for LCM. And the LCM turns out to be 2 squared times 3 times 5 squared. This is the LCM. And then they tell us that, this LCM, which is equal to 20m, it is the same thing as 20m. And then 20m, I have an expression, 2 squared times 5. This is 20 times m. They are supposed to be equal. Since they are supposed to be equal, let me find the difference. Okay, I've got 2 squared, they are the same. They are equal. I've got 3. Oh, wait, the 20 doesn't have a 3. Where must the 3 be found in? It must be inside m. So I can write down already. M is equals to 3. This 3 is found inside here. That is how they are equal. Now let's look at the next number, 5 squared. Whereas my number 20 only has 1 5. Where must the other 5 be found in? Yeah, the other 5 is found inside also the m. So it is multiplied by 5. Only one of it. So we summarize, in our mind, we think, okay, m is equal to 3 times 5. Then this value on the right hand side will be 2 squared, okay, they're the same. M is 3, okay, same. And 5 times 5, which is 5 squared. So they are the same. So now our answer is n equals to 15. Okay? And then let's move on to our textbook homework questions. Now this set of notes should be already completed, including those who were absent yesterday. Submit it to me, to my pigeonhole. No, submit to your maths rep. What are my maths reps again? Maths rep. Okay, 2 maths rep. You submit to your own individual maths rep. Maths rep, you go and arrange according to index number, and then put in my pigeonhole by 5 p.m. today. Any questions? Any questions? What? You don't know their register number? So 2D, you are asked to find the LCM of these 3 numbers. Working as shown, standard question. This is the answer. Anybody needs to go through? If you don't, give yourself a tick. If you made some careless mistake somewhere, make sure you do your corrections properly. And I don't want a case of corrections returned to me. Not up to standard, I return to you. You don't do anything to it, you return to me, and I return to you again. I don't want this. I don't want to do this. So when it is done, it must be done properly. Let's move on to question 3A. In question 3A, they gave you 2 numbers in index notation, and you are asked to find the HCF and LCM. So as shown. In fact, there's no working required. It's just comparing the 2 numbers, finding the lowest powers for the HCF, and finding the highest powers for the LCM. So anybody needs to go through? If you do, raise hand. If you are still doing corrections, raise hand. Okay, everyone quickly. Once you're done, you put out a hand so I know I can move on. But it's also important for you to find out where you went wrong. The next one. This is question 5. So we have 2 lights. One flashes every 10, one flashes every 15 seconds. When will they flash together again? We're looking for LCM. So they will flash after 30 seconds. So we also encountered a similar question in our notes yesterday. I want to see you mark as well. Anybody needs more time for this? Raise your non-writing hand. Once you're done, you put it down. There I know that I can move on. Finish? Okay, next one. 6. 2 drones fly along a circuit. One takes 48 seconds, one takes 56 seconds. How long will it take for them to meet at the starting point again? It is the same type of question, same as the lights flashing. So again, we find an LCM of these 2 numbers, 336. Okay, so part A, anybody needs corrections? The next part asks for the number of circuits that each of the drones completed. Yeah, so we just divide. Or I encourage you to compare the 2 index notation and try and find the difference so that you don't actually have to do a division. That also trains you for your mental sums, trains you in your thinking skills. Okay, another thing is I need you to state clearly what you are looking for. So I will not accept if you write 336 divided by 56 equals to 6, you just leave it like that. I don't know why you're calculating. You must tell me. In other words, you must write number of circuits for the slower drone is so and so that I know what you are doing. And likewise, the statement for the other drone. Okay, so these tables are being arranged such that they form a square. Okay, so we have 2 numbers, 56 and 42 cm. Okay, we find the LCM so that we know so that we can find out the total length of the side of the square. The smallest length, in fact, So it turns out to be 168 centimeters. The next part of the question asks, how many rows would there be? How many columns would there be? So again, we'll be doing a division, or you can do a comparison of the index notation. So these are the number of columns and number of rows.